back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mia. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, hey, thank you so much again for the continual support and all the encouraging things and all the comments. I love y'all. So today I'm gonna be working on some tutus. I have 2 birthday tutus that I need to complete. One of them is for my own daughter. She's gonna be 4, June 6th. That's next week. And I'm gonna be sending one to a friend here on YouTube. So I'm gonna show you guys. There's like technically not a wrong way to do a tutu. There's so many different techniques that you could use. As long as the sizing is okay for, you know, the kids in each age range, then you can use any kind of techniques. You can use a lot of different materials, but I'm gonna show you guys 2 ways that I make tutus. This is a multicolored tutu, and I just use the same color ribbon on the another multicolored tutu. Same process, I use the same ribbon on the end. You can also make 1 color tutu with the same color ribbon, or you can use different color ribbons and mix and match. There's a lot of different ways, and there's a lot of different materials you can use. I'm gonna be making one that's multicolored, and I'm gonna be making one that's just 1 full color, and the ribbon's gonna be a gold glitter ribbon. So this is the glitter ribbon, and disclaimer, the glitter ribbons shed a lot, so you're gonna have glitter all over, but it's so worth it because they come out looking so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna do a time lapse of this video, and I'm gonna try not to talk too much because my videos are like really long, and then it's a hassle to upload. So I'm gonna try to keep it down to maybe a half hour if possible. But I'm gonna show you 2 ways that I make tutus, and hopefully in the voiceover I'm able to break it down and all of that, so that for you guys that don't know how to make tutus, you can get some ideas. And the first one will probably be a little aggravating to make. You're starting out sewing, but they're actually pretty simple to make, and I enjoy making them, and I make them within maybe less than an hour. I can make a tutu, and I'm not a professional, so keep that in mind also. So they're pretty simple to make, and they're pretty straightforward. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll be sure to answer them. See you guys in a little bit. Step 1 of making a tutu is put on one of your friends on YouTube, whether they're live or their videos, because that makes all the difference. Your time will fly by, and it's so much fun getting to chat with everybody. So hey, Princess Zoa, we love you over here, girl. Love watching her videos. She's so awesome. If you guys don't follow her already, go and subscribe. Her channel is Aqua Bloom Boutique. As you see here, I have marked the end of my table with a marker. I have measured out 1 yard, and then I go ahead and I unroll my tool to that 1 yard, so that way I know where it's at without having to use a tape measure or anything else like that. It just helps me out because, as you can see, I have my sewing machine on the chair. I don't have a lot of space, so I optimize it, and then I use something to weigh down the end of the tool so it doesn't move much, and that's how I make sure that I cut out the right amount for my tutus. Here I'm just holding the tutu up, and I will show you a clip in a minute. I just make sure that at least the one side is perfectly straight and centered, because the tool sometimes comes not perfectly folded, and it makes it a little hard to sew later on. So I just make sure the one side is nice and neat, and then I cut off the other side that isn't as nice. Also, my cutting mat is a little small for cutting out these tutus the whole way. So I just cut to where the end of my cutting mat is, and then I use my scissors to finish off. The good thing about tutus is that since they are on a waistband and they're like compressed on the waistband, you're not going to notice all the small details of whether it's cut perfectly straight or anything like that. So try your best to make it easier for you to sew by having everything nice and straight when you're cutting it, but don't panic or overdo it, because you're not going to be able to tell once it's on the waistband and it's all fluffy and everything like that. The measurements I use for my tutus, I actually got from Pamela from Sterling Style. And so instead of leaving the measurements, since they're technically, I got them from somebody else, I am going to link the video where she leaves her measurements there. And then you guys can go and check it out for yourselves. This tutu is a 5T or a 5. So it is usually 12 yards that I use for this tutu, and I decided to use 6 colors, and I didn't want all of them together. So what I did was I cut out 1 yard of each color 2 times because I used 6 colors. This is the clip where I was saying that I try to keep one side straight and then the other side, it doesn't always look very good, and I'm not sure if you can see it from where we're at right now from the distance, but I am going to show you once I cut it. I'm going to show you a close-up of what that side looks like, just so you can get an idea. If you've made a tutu before or you have to, you might know what I'm talking about already. But here you can see I had a little bit of a rough time cutting it, because this is the tutu for my daughter, and it's 10 yards, I believe. So you have to really put some pressure on your rotary cutter when you're cutting out this much tool at a time. For the other one, that it was just 1 yard at a time, it was pretty easy to slice through. But in this case, just pass the rotary cutter a few times until you cut through it. Now that it's all cut, the ends look pretty even and pretty nice, and that's what you want to have so that it's easier when you're taking it to the sewing machine. Here you can see that piece wasn't very nice. And because I know some of us are new at sewing, I tried to record myself threading the machine. It's a little bit awkward of a position that I have to set up my tripod, but I tried showing just real quickly. Basically, if you just follow the diagrams, you should be fine. The diagrams that come on your machine. But this is part of the process, so I thought I could just include it in. Here I'm showing you guys my bobbin holder case thingamabobber. I got this a long time ago. I believe I got it from Amazon for maybe like $1 or $2. I'm not sure if the price has went up because I got it like many years ago when I was sewing back then. But it brings like 24 empty bobbins, and I think it's definitely worth buying, especially if you use a lot of different colors. Here I'm just lining up the tutu, and I'm getting ready to do the waistband, the elastic casing. This is the first way and the most the way that I do it the most often, my tutus. You're just gonna line it up and make sure that the ends of the tutu as well as the inside where the elastic goes. You want to make sure that it's all nice and neat so that when you go to thread the elastic through, you don't have too much of a problem of it getting jammed or not fitting properly. Basically, you're just going to notice if it's off a little bit. And in the next clip, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on my plate. I was doing 1 inch, but I noticed that it's like a lot of extra tulle, but I don't always sew perfectly straight, so I like to use 7/8 of an inch on my plate. It's one line, literally one line from 1 inch, and that seems to work pretty well for me, so I'm going to continue to do that from now on. As you can see, I caught a lot of lives this day, and here I'm watching Lakeisha Monique. She's going to be doing a giveaway soon because she reached a certain milestone. So congrats to you, Lakeisha. I know you always watch my videos and you're always supporting me, so thanks for that. And you see me here just messing with the light. That's the life of a YouTuber, trying to fix the light and the angles. So yeah. So just to recap, for this first method, you're literally just going to do a straight stitch down the length of the tutu. And here I'm adding the ribbon. I learned this from Cassandra from Cashy's Customs. So the ribbon I'm going to line up to the left part of my presser foot, and then the tulle I line up to the right side of my presser foot. And here you can see I'm adding rose petals to my tutu. I did do this on a live if you guys are interested to see how I do this. This was an idea that I had from seeing someone else do a rose petal tutu a different way. Her channel is Cheryl and Bob, or Cheryl and Fam, I believe she changed it to now. But I saw her using rose petals for her tutu. I got inspired and I decided to do it a different way, make it my own. So if you're interested in seeing me do that, I go into detail in one of my previous lives. But basically this is just the first way to do the tutu minus the rose petals. So here I finished doing the blue tutu for my daughter. So I'm just threading the elastic through, and you just overlap the elastic when you're done, about a 1/2 inch, and you do a zigzag stitch up and down the elastic to make sure that it stays nice and secure. You also have to hot glue or sew the ends of the ribbons together. I sew them. Remember I said glitter sheds? This is not even all of it, but yes, it does shed. But here's the final result, and I think it's so worth it. Later on you will see a better picture of it. So now I'm starting to do the second tutu that I have to do, and here you do the channel first, and you leave between the two ends of the tulle, like the two bottoms where the ribbon will go, you leave about 1 inch or 1.5 inches depending on the size of ribbon that you're using. I used 1 inch character ribbon for this one, but I left about 1.5 inches just because I wanted it to show really well the two layers of ribbon. I didn't want them like overlapping each other, since like I said, sometimes it's a little difficult to sew straight with the tool. Not really that it's so difficult, but I am a beginner, I guess we can say, because I just started sewing again recently. So you're gonna see me just chatting on the lives and sewing all the 1 yard strips of this second tutu that I did. Then later on you're gonna see a different method, because I was starting to get frustrated with my ends not being exactly the same throughout. So here I'm heat sealing the end of the ribbon, and then I'm going to, like I said, line it up, the ribbon on the left side of the presser foot and the tool on the right side of the presser foot. Sorry, like I'm jumbling over my words, but it's kind of late here. One other thing I have to mention, when you're doing these 2-layer ribbon trim tutus, doing the channel first, you want to make sure that as you're sewing the longer, or the ribbon that's going to be longest on the tutu, the furthest down, you want to make sure that the channel is going to be facing up. That way when you fold it, since your ribbon is facing down on your sewing machine, when you fold it, it'll be the tool will be on the inside of the tutu, not the other way around. And when you're sewing the shorter ribbon, you want to make sure that the channel is facing down. That way, the same situation. That way, the tool that is being sewn, like the part that you can see right now, it's going to be on the inside of the tutu and not facing out. Go and watch Sterling Styles' video. She is much better at explaining this. I didn't think about it at the moment, so I didn't take the time to record exactly what I'm talking about. So I apologize for that. Also, anytime you're using a ribbon, make sure you heat seal both the ends, just because that's going to stop the ribbon from fraying, and you don't want it to fray because you don't want it to fall apart. So here you're going to see me heat sealing all the ends for the ribbon. It was 24 pieces, so you can imagine that it took me quite some time to heat seal these ribbons. And you can see in the background, I'm watching Nairo Martinez. She was doing a live, and we were up till about 4:30 in the morning, just chit-chatting and having a good time. If you don't follow her, make sure you go back and follow her. So here I decided to try it a different way, and as you can see, I am first sewing on the ribbon, and then I go back and I sew the channel. Before I didn't used to like this method, but now I actually liked it a lot more. So I told you I was going to show you 2 ways to make a tutu. Now technically I showed you 3 ways. So yay for the bonus. Earlier I didn't do a very good job showing you how to thread a tutu, so here I am using an elastic threader, and this saved me so much time. Thank you so much, Tasha. And just thread it onto the elastic, and then when you're done, just keep moving it around until it looks nice and even, and then just do a zigzag stitch and back and forth to secure the tutu in place. The next 2 pictures will be the end results. I hope you really liked it, and I want to see what you guys create, so make sure to tag me on Instagram or on Discord. Okay, you guys, so I am completely done with the tutus. All that's left to do is for me to make a bow to put right here on the front of the tutus. But I kind of struggle a little bit, to be honest, making the bows. I'm getting a little better. They look okay when I'm done, but it's a long process for me. So I'm gonna just do that tomorrow morning. I'm gonna show you guys the finished products. So this is one tutu, and so many colors. It's so cute. As you guys saw, I showed you 2 ways to make this tutu. I hadn't made it with the 2 layers of ribbon for many years, so I tried 2 different methods, and I like the second one better. It was it just was more simple for me. When I first was making tutus, the first method was better, but yeah. So as you go, you learn and you try new things and different techniques. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, there's no wrong way to make a tutu. There's just different ways to make a tutu. And then here is my daughter's birthday shirt. She's turning 4 June 6th. And then here's her tutu, and it's so full, it's so fluffy, it's so cute. But I'm paying for it now because there's glitter everywhere. So I just while I was talking to the ladies, I opened up my sewing machine and I cleaned out all the glitter from inside. I got as much as I could. I didn't, you know, there's no way to get all of it out, but yeah. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching it, and I will see you on the next video. Like I said, if you have any ideas or anything that you would like for me to touch on next, a different topic, let me know and I will do my best to record a video. Also, I just did some stickers real quick, so let me show you guys. I put them in my planner just to test out. I mean, I'm not planning to sell them, but my daughter requested one. So it's the same exact mermaid tail that's on her shirt. So here goes this one, and this is a 2-inch size. I made this one the other day. It says kindness is cute. And so I made that 2-inch one, and then I made this little tiny one just for filler. I kind of like this size for the planner. So yeah, that was just filler at the bottom of the page so I don't waste any paper. But yeah, they came out so cute. And thank you guys so much, because today I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks Soa for the shout out, and thank you for all the ladies that subscribe. Focus on having fun and having new things to talk about all the time, and providing new ideas and new content. So that's my main focus, but it's so nice to have 100 of you guys watching, so thank you so much for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.